Hey everybody, this is Zach with Tanuki Games, and this is the fourth and final week of March Mecha Madness, and we have a special treat, an original Xbox classic, Phantom Crash. Released in 2002 and developed by Genki, Phantom Crash is similar in style to a handful of Japanese games released on the original Xbox. The game's menus, visual style, and preoccupation with a dystopic Japan is quite similar to Jet Set Radio Future, Phantom Dust, Gun Valkyrie, and the like. This game has a deep combat system and a lot of customization options to boot. Let's check it out. There isn't much in the way of story for Phantom Crash. The setting is a cyberpunk futuristic Japan, and you play a nameless protagonist. There's a recreational mech fighting league. You basically go around fighting in arena-style areas against other opponents. You try to climb the ranks and become the best. There's not much past that. The beat of Phantom Crash is surprisingly similar to another beloved franchise developed by Genki Games, the Tokyo Extreme Racers series. I know this is a peculiar analogy, but it makes sense in many ways. There is a day and night cycle, and each day has different events. Much like a racing game, you'll spend a lot of your time in menus tweaking your robot until it's just right. Creating a mech that is exactly suited to your playstyle is a big part of the draw for Phantom Crash. There are three classes, light, middle, and heavy. Each has benefits and drawbacks. You can mix and match parts and upgrade as well. The gameplay is quite good for a game that's about 15 years old. The action is frenetic. In your mech, you have many options for dispensing with your enemies. You basically have 4 weapon slots, 2 in the front and 2 in the back. From there, each mech has a special ability, like shields or invisibility. Then there are many mobility options. Your mech can boost, fly, fast fall, and strafe with precision. I'm a big fan of the strafing options. You can double tap left or right on the analog stick to boost and strafe, or you can hit the black and white buttons to go left and right. It can feel a bit awkward at first, but I enjoy having multiple input options for each situation. On top of that, you have an AI chip that helps you as well with special attributes. The reticule is the only thing that feels a bit mushy in the game. It feels like you can't quite control it with accuracy. In each arena there are supply drops where you can get more health and ammo. These points can become death traps with crossfire coming from every direction because everyone needs more supplies. There are bosses in some of the areas, and they can be very difficult to defeat. Conserve your ammo and health if you want to beat them. Every attack you land, you hear a ka-ching sound effect. That means you're earning money for more upgrades. This is the gameplay loop that keeps you battling for money to upgrade your robot to earn more money for even more upgrades. Visually, I really enjoy Phantom Crash. The arenas look good for the time, and the mech models are very good. The only drawback is that there's a lack of environmental variety. There are some particle effects, but most of the flair is given to your ability to customize your robot. There are lots of skins, and there's a high level of customization. While the game hasn't aged very well, it does look good. All of the designs of the robots look grounded in a realistic cyberpunk style. There are dialogue sequences before some of the battles, and the characters have an anime style to them. All the menus look nice and neat as well. Since you're going to spend a lot of time in these menus, it's nice that they look good and they're easy to navigate. The music in Phantom Crash is pretty standard for an early 2000s soundtrack at first glance. The opening track is pretty killer. Many of the menu screens have cool tracks, and it does accent the game well. The battle music is nothing special. Most of the music is electronic synths with lots of dancey hi-hats and drums. However, there are some bangers on this soundtrack that are funky, soulful tracks that I was very surprised by. I'm very impressed by the variety of Phantom Crash's soundtrack. Make sure you give it a listen. The sound in Phantom Crash is a little hollow. Many of the guns and boosters sound muted, and there's just not a lot of bass to speak of. There is no voice acting in the game, so let's move on. Phantom Crash's difficulty varies wildly. Some matches will last 20 plus minutes, and you can blow up loads of enemies. Other matches may only last a minute due to where you spawn and what enemies are around you. There is a multiplayer option as well, and you and some friends can go head to head. You can find Phantom Crash for around $5 to $10, and it's well worth that entry price. It has a deep combat system with high levels of customization. I rarely see anyone mention Phantom Crash, and I think it's a hidden gem for the Xbox. If you see it in your local game store, pick it up. You won't regret it. That's it for March Mecha Madness. I hope you guys enjoyed. I had a lot of fun doing this, and giant robot games are a weird thing to me because it seems like they should be way more popular with the general gaming public, but just kind of have gone by the wayside recently. In the next few weeks, I plan on playing Persona 5, which could take me the entire month of April to complete, so give a little patience on the reviews, but recently I've been trying to upload some podcasts, and pretty soon there's going to be some Let's Plays as well, so as soon as I can figure out how to do it. So anyway, please remember that a like, a comment, or subscribe means a lot to me, and of course the channel. Enjoy!